Danny Segura for MMA Junkie here in Miami, Florida, standing next to former UFC champion Junior Dos Santos, who is finally going to return to action at Eagle FC 48 against Yorgan de Castro. Junior, I've bothered you many times before this moment. You know, when are you going to return? When are you going to return? And you were telling me how it was difficult to find a fight and how you were trying to sort of get back into action and work things out. How happy are you that finally this process is over and you got a fight booked?
I'm very happy, you know, I was willing to go back and to be back in action again, you know, and now finally we have a good opponent, Yorgan de Castro, in a great show, you know, Eagle. They're doing a great job here, so I'm glad to be here, to be part of it. And yeah, I'm very excited, you know, to be back, to be fighting again. I had a fight, and I won't try it now, but they are postponing the fight, and they didn't give us a next date. It's still there as well, but I cannot stay just waiting. You know, I told him, and also because like there's more than 1 year I fought last time, so it's not good to be out of not doing anything, not fighting. So now I have a fight, and it feels great.
Yeah, so that's something that I was going to ask you. Are you still in contract with Triller because you were supposed to fight Pulev in Triad Combat? What is the status on that? Is the fight still happening, or?
Sure, yeah, we are in contact with them all the time. You know, they know all the steps we are doing, and because they don't have a next date yet for the show, I'm still, you know, willing to go there and fight Kubrat Pulev. I think it's gonna be a great one. But right now, I'm happy because I have a great opponent in front of me, Yorgan de Castro. You know, who's a very tough striker. You know, and that's also is going to be a great challenge, you know, to put myself back in the right timing, because fighting is all about timing. It doesn't matter how, you know, how good you are, or you know, if you know techniques, you have to be on a good timing to use the techniques. So this fight is going to give me that.
That's awesome. And for Eagle FC, is this a one fight, or can we expect you more times under this cage?
Oh, for sure you can expect me more times in this cage, but for right now it's this fight, you know, but no doubts, you know, Ali and Khabib, all these guys, you know, I'm glad to be here because you see so many, like like Hector said, so many goats here, and they're doing an amazing job, you know. We couldn't expect something different from these guys. They work very hard. They work very serious. Like I said, you know, I'm a big fan of Khabib, not just because the fighter he is, but the person he is. He always put in a good attitude everywhere. So for me, it's very good to be part of it.
That's awesome. And you had told me that you were interested in boxing, and then obviously with Triad is like an in-between mixed rules, but now you're returning in mixed martial arts. Are you happy to be doing MMA again, or did you want it to give a shot at boxing or at this new style in Triad Combat?
Man, once I decide to keep fighting, you know, I gotta fight. That's what I was willing, you know, to do, because I cannot stay just waiting for fights, you know. And this guy, man, it's been hard to fight opponents. This guy, you know, to talk. These days, you know, people have been talking a lot, but in the time to fight, they always denying fights or not making it really happens. So I was going through, you know, some weird times, you know, negotiating fights. So we had this Kubrat Pulev fight, you know, on Triad, which is, I'm glad to be in conversation with them and in negotiation with them. But I cannot stay waiting, you know. I got to go back on fighting. I got to go back on action. And right now I have this fight in front of me, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be, it's kind of a great scenario, you know, for my comeback and then move forward.
And moving forward, what is the goal here? Is it just getting these big spots, main events, big fights, or do you think of a title? At Eagle FC 46, we're going to have the heavyweight title on the line. Is that something that you think of, or is it just big fights and big shows moving forward?
Well, I'm willing to fight, man, and yeah, whatever the fight takes me, I'll be ready to do. You know, when I went back to training, you know, I am feeling so good right now, and I was just thinking with myself, you know, leaving all those weird times that I was going through, all those strange times, let's say, you know, I was living in the UFC and everything, you know, it's all behind already, you know. I was able to sit down myself, talk with my team, talk with my family, and decide to keep moving on fighting. So I said, that's right. You know, I was back in the gym training very well, and now we got to put it to work, you know, and make things happen.
Yeah, and how much was your decision to return to fighting, you wanting to compete and still having a passion for it versus, you know, your wife kicking you out of the house and be like, you got to get back in the gym?
No, I love it. That's the thing, you know. I was thinking a lot, you know. Man, should I really stop or do something else? You know, I have my other things going on in my life. Should I take care of that better, you know, and keep moving on a different direction? So as soon as I go back to the gym, I felt so great and I felt so good, you know, going to sparring sessions with my friends, you know, and my partners, and felt amazing. And you know, I saw that I have everything is still there, you know, on me, you know, to like I said, I already fought so many of these guys, I already beat so many of these guys. I'm willing to do it again, you know, and I'm sure that Eagle, UFC, Triad, all these shows, they are growing up and they are taking for another level, all this different scenario, and I'm very happy to be part of it and to be fighting these guys again.
That's awesome. And last question, you posted on Twitter or Instagram, I forget now, but a message for Cain Velasquez. Obviously, Cain Velasquez is going through a very rough time right now, you know, being in prison. What do you make of the whole situation? Because it seems that you were really passionate about it, even speaking at the presser. Like you really had strong feelings towards this whole situation.
Yeah, I come like every time I talk about it, and I'm thinking about it. You know, I try to put myself in his place. Man, I would be, I don't know what I would. Oh my gosh, I would be crazy right now in the jail, because he's in the jail and the guy who molested his child is out there in the streets. You know, and man, it feels just so weird. I know his attitude, you know, wasn't the right one. He was chasing the guy, you know, trying to shoot the guy and things like that. I don't see nobody, you know, with a different attitude with that scenario in their life. A father, you know, with that scenario in their lives. I couldn't say I would do much different, you know, because it's just crazy, you know, to have someone, the justice gave a bail for a guy who was molesting a child. It's just insane, you know. You cannot. This is the type of crime. There is no solution for this. This is, if you feel pleasure with a kid, with a child, you cannot avoid that. You know, you're gonna be feeling that type of feeling forever. You know, no matter how long it takes or how many therapy you do, you're gonna be that type of person forever. So I feel very bad, you know, for Cain Velasquez, because every time I'm thinking about this, you know, as a father, you know, I see him in jail and this guy out there. So I feel bad, and I just hope that justice can see this and take the best decision on this case, because this guy needs to go back home for his family.
Well, all the best to Cain and his family. Appreciate the time, Junior. Best of luck in this return to MMA, and looking forward to your fight.
Let's do it.